This was a lot more than what I expected for this dodgeball themed episode. It's time for the players to cast their votes to who is the disaster, and the leaderboard shows that KY is now in the lead with 3 votes, and if he gets the majority votes he would get kicked off the show. So until the end of this game, KY needs to prove himself that he is not the disaster. It's actually a great idea in concept, taking a lot more from the reality show format and pinning KY as the disaster in the first episode of the pool means that my theory was incorrect, and having Daichi be this a-hole that would lie about a conversation that he had with KY about the true origin of the Yamato is very much telling who is going to get eliminated in next week's vote. If we're already talking about stuff that this show took from reality TV, the DGP now have interview segments where the players talk about what's going to happen next, or what happened right now, or even what they're conspiring against the other players. In those segments you can actually see they write the age of the player. Weirdly, Ace is 21, isn't he from like 1500 AD? We get to meet KY's supporter, being Kekera, the frog. Well, it's a statue because there is some sort of effect on the voice of Kekera and he doesn't move, so sadly it's not an actual frog. Could have been funny, to be completely honest. And if we are already talking about the supporters, Jin had a small conversation with Ace where he asked him why does he look for his mom Mitsune if his mom is actually Mika, and he even shows him a picture of young Ace with both of his parents, and Ace doesn't even deny this information. So what does it all mean? Why Ace is actually looking for Mitsune? Because the picture doesn't look like from the AD time period, and the picture that Jen shows is at least maybe 15 years old. So why does Ace look for Mitsune? But Ace get to ask Jen a question. How is the Desire Pre is unknown, but there is an audience for it, and who is he? The only answer that Ace gets that Jen is a dimensional hopping tourist. They end their little talk with the agreement that both of them are abnormal. And now for the Azuma and the Yamato section of this episode. Seeing the Yamato getting ready for the game is something that is really interesting and weird to see. I absolutely love the way that the Rook Yamato uses Kamen Shiro's look, pretty much trying to turn everybody against Keiwa. And seeing him in his overall helping out Kamen is very interesting. I don't know what to say about that. But this section got us the rawest fight in Kamen Geats right now, and the knowledge that a rider can still use his broken ID cord to transform. If you punch it enough, it would work. And they can use the Yamato buckle. What? Pretty much after he beats all the other Yamato riders, Azuma leaves, pretty much making him the quote-unquote third party in the Desire Grand Prix. There are the players, there is the Yamato, and there is Azuma being this half Yamato, half human. Pretty much an undead that kind of walks around but still has his full mind intact still. And when Azuma starts walking outside of the Yamato garden, he sees that the entire area is a deserted city. Okay, theory time. This is totally the world that lost the game to the Kick the Can Yamato a long time ago, right? It has to be it, because they already installed that information to our brains, so why not use it? I understand telling us about that is to hype up the Yamato and how dangerous he can be, but why not reuse that information? How much they told us about it in episode 9, it's still fresh enough to remind us about it. So yeah, right now the show is very much steering the disaster away from Keiwa. So it's 100% Neon, and her being the disaster is going to be very interesting. Specifically the aftermath after she wins. And now let's jump to pretty much next week's preview, telling us that the secret of the Yamato is going to get revealed. So let's wait and see if my theory still holds up. I hope it does. I hope it's not going to be stupendously complicated, adding another world that lost. Just stick to the world that we already know that lost and kind of say what happened to it pretty much, and how we are here and how Ace knows about it. So yeah, if you've watched the episode and you want to talk about it, comment below, let me know. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like the video if you liked it. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe to my channel and have a great rest of your day.